You can increase your productivity by 5 or 10 times overnight by putting the 3 methods into action that I'm going to give you in my free course. So go download it right now by clicking the link just below here. Here's a simple thought for you that goes deep, meaning that once you start looking at it and really working with it, you can keep doing that for an extended period of time. Let's just say that. And it is the question about who you are. And we often say that, like, if we have a chance to know that, my authentic self. What is that? What is your authentic self? Explain, right? And when we explain, we still don't know what we're talking about, basically, because your authentic self is really something very simple. But we don't see it. We navigate in a world of concepts. It's flowing, and it's 3D, and it's totally a dreamlike reality. My soul, that's another thing. My spirit, what are you talking about? Is it your spirit, or are you the spirit? If it's you on a deeper level, you don't have it. You are it. So why do we say we have it? Because it's an idea. It's an abstraction. Sorry. But let's just figure out what we're talking about here. And this is the main realization, is that you have inborn character traits, right? Let's say you're very passionate about stuff, right? In general, more passionate than perhaps many other people. Then is that because you have this uneasy feeling of having to perform all the time? Because if I don't perform, if I'm not very conscious about what goes on, and I do my best all the time, then I'm not good enough. That will be a learned response to everything that goes on. That's based on fear, right? That's something you picked up because of the family you lived in, or the people you were around, and the conclusions you drew when you were a child, right? But if that energy comes from, a character trait, an inborn character trait, it's simply like a dog, right? Dogs, they're very different. They can live in the same house, be part of the same, mother, dad, same thing, and they're vastly different. We have one dog who's always, right? Always bright-eyed and naive almost, and not the clever puppy. And then we have another, he's more calm, he's more, and they're born like that. We can see that. Human beings are no different. We also have inborn character traits. And you need to figure out what those are, because here's the big danger, is that because we have a psychology that is moldable, that we can change, that we can do something about, right? You might be in a relationship, and in that relationship, the big problem, the big challenge is that you are simply too much over the top, right? Or you're too laid back. Why are you so laid back? Why are you so calm all the time? Don't you have any passion in you? I miss that passion. I want that passion from you. Well, are you dispassionate because, you have a psychology that has been taught that, passionate people are stupid people, so you always push that down in yourself, which would be psychology? Or are you dispassionate because you are born like that? Because that's your character trait? Because that enables you in a pack among other species of that, other entities in that species, to help other people calm down. Some people are born like that. They're very calm, dispassionate. So when other people who are born very passionate are just over the top about something, they can pull them a little bit back into reality. That's why we're strong as a group. But how are you born? Is it a learned thing that you can change, or is it part of your character traits? That's very important to figure out. And you figure that out by going way back in your childhood and saying, how was I before I started learning stuff, right? Because if you try to change a character trait, you're basically just knocking your head against the wall, and it's violence. If you try to be more passionate, and you're really a relatively dispassionate person from birth, then it's violence. It's the surefire way of feeling like you're a failure, because you're trying to change something that is unchangeable. So now you're walking around trying to be somebody that you're not. So when you talk about my authentic self, right, what you really should be talking about is, what things can I change? Over here, what things can I change, which is, psychological, learned stuff through the environment. And then what things is just rock solid character traits that I can be even better at and that I can use, right? And if you can't distinguish between the two, and you haven't even started, then chances are you're going to try and work with stuff that is unchangeable, which is really a catastrophe when it comes to your own feeling of your self-worth and self-confidence and all of those great background emotions we can have that are so fundamental. So this is just a thought. We can't fix this in this short YouTube video, but you can start thinking about that thing I always, that's always, people come to me and say, oh, you're always so loud-mouthed, you're always talking so passionate. It's not, everybody around you just goes, ugh, okay, I'll just agree with him because he has so much. Maybe that's actually a character trait. You can modify it and learn to modify it in different situations and be more appropriate perhaps and be more intelligent about it, but don't try to change it and don't say it's a bad thing. Are you crazy? Right? Then you'll feel shameful, you'll feel bad about yourself, and we really need to be able to know what is what. And you can't do that in 5 minutes. You have to be curious all the time. Right? And link things back in your past and with different relationships and different situations and try to figure out what is what. So good luck with that. And then I hope this was valuable to you so much so that you will go watch the next video.